And we're back. Man, it's been a while. So, last time we built the coffee shop. That's all done now. That whole area is done. I did that off camera. And I figured this time I'd record myself building this area. It probably says it in the title, but this is going to be like a sort of alleyway tunnel area that I have not finished in forever. So I am doing it today. This is a special Thanksgiving video. Yeah. Mhm. It's not nighttime anymore. I don't know what to say. I only work at nighttime. It's daytime outside, so I'm like a vampire. I don't exist in the daytime. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this. I think I'm just gonna build and see what happens. 'Cause when has that never worked out? I think this should be enough to at least get started. Thinking of having like a more weird looking area with like it almost looks more organic sorta, like that with the coral. Just want I think it could be interesting. Maybe add some mushrooms. Not like that. That looks cool. Man, my life has like changed so much since like the last upload. Um, I think, wait, let me check how long ago that was. How long ago was my last upload? 4 months ago, holy. Even then it's changed so much already, so quickly. Like, dude, I've literally started another year of school. Like, it's just crazy. I've already met so many, like, new people and just, like, changed so much about my life. All within the span of 4 months. It's crazy. Oh yeah, speaking of change, NAJP. Yeah, that's over for a while. um, not not because I want to. In fact, I was actually working on something NAJP recently, and then I checked the channel, and then it was just uh, Google said they couldn't verify the age of the account, and they asked me to put my ID in there or like my credit card, and I was like, I didn't want to do that. Like, I thought that was a pretty bad idea. I already don't trust Google enough, or like at all, really. I don't trust Google at all. So to trust them with like such private information was just like low-key kind of a turnoff. And all that to say, NAJP is pretty much finished unless they change that, which I don't think they will, because it's Google and they're greedy and they want your personal information. So yeah. Sorry to anyone who is a fan of the series. It's I don't know. I might still be able to do it. Probably not though, because I don't think they can let me upload on the account anymore. I just checked and it was like, yeah, you're too young. What is what? Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna have to live with it. Can I change that? Okay. That looks pretty alright. I think that's acceptable. It's like you come over here, you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that should work. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting they added copper chains. I think they look kind of mid though. I'm not gonna lie. I think the only ones that look kind of good are like these middle ones. Maybe that's just the texture pack I'm using, but I don't really like how they look. I mean, they look fine. I don't know. They're so forgettable compared to the regular chains. Honestly, I just kind of forget they exist. How long do y'all think it'll be till I upload again after this? I don't know. I'm putting it down another 5 months. Nah, that's too short. Let's make it 7 months. I better not hear the number in the comments. Also, by the way, no chance I finish this today. This system's gonna run all the way, all the way under and around here. And I've already been recording for like 12 minutes now, and I've only done like one room. No shot I finish all of this today. You might see me get maybe over there by the time we're done. I feel like the beginning of the video always starts a bit slow, because as I record more, I get better at talking. So, stick around. Long game, baby. It always plays out. This reminds me, I applied to a, I applied to a job recently, and, yes, the accursed J word. But yeah, I had to apply to a job recently, and, it wasn't like any normal interview. So what they basically did is they sat me, or actually no, I sat myself in front of my phone, and a question popped up on the screen, and there was no interviewer, by the way. Like it was all automatic, and a question popped up on my screen, and I had to like record my answer to it, as opposed to just saying it in front of a normal person, and that really was just uncomfortable for me. 'Cause like you weren't actually talking to anyone, so you were just constantly like self-judging yourself when no one else was around. And I had to redo that interview like maybe 4 times just because I felt so uncomfortable talking to a screen as opposed to like a living, breathing person. I'm not gonna lie, if this is like the path we're gonna go down for like job interviews, we may actually just be cooked. Because like everyone's gonna be uncomfortable applying, and I know it's not just me. Oh yeah, a friend recommended this. I told him, hey, I need help like making more pipes, and he suggested I use pots for pipes because they've got this little slit right in between them, and they make good pipes. And he wasn't wrong. So thank you. You know who you are. I know YouTube is gonna crush this into oblivion. So we need some light. There you go. There you go. It's a bit more spooky now. Even though it's already like 2 weeks after Halloween. I know I said it's been like a lot has changed these past 4 months, which don't get me wrong, it has, but like it's also just been like just the strangest 4 months of my life. So I had a birthday a couple months ago, right? I turned 17. Yes, I am 17 years old. And it's like at that age, where like people expect you to start acting like an adult, yet no one tells you what to do. So it's like you do something even like remotely immature, and they're like, "How dare you start how dare you do that at your age? How dare you? And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, what was I supposed to do? And then they just like ghost you. They never say anything. And it's like, how was I supposed to know that? Um, and it's just like, no one tells you what to do, which is the weirdest thing to me. So it's like, you guys were just, y'all turned 17 and like, you just instantly are like, oh yeah, that's how I do it. Because if so, where do I watch that tutorial? I think I missed that video. I never got sent that. My email's open. My email was open. What is this? 2012. I probably should do more with this channel. I'm not gonna lie, because now I don't have the other one, so I gotta like lock in or not, considering my upload schedule. But it's like now this is like the only real place I can like express myself online. So I don't know. I have some ideas about what I can do. I was thinking about maybe going back to making some music, which I am gonna do. Like that is confirmed. I am gonna start making music again, just not for an AJP, just more like what Notoriety was. If for like the 2 people that watched that, it's gonna be more like that. Just music I make for just fun and to like challenge myself. Like I am gonna start doing more of that. But other than that, I'm not really sure as of yet what I'm gonna do. The Minecraft stuff, I'm definitely gonna keep doing that. I love it. It's pretty therapeutic just to like talk into a microphone about my life for like 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how long the video is. And it gives me an excuse to build more. So, yeah, more Minecraft, more music, and probably some other stuff I'm gonna start doing in between all that, but as of yet, unconfirmed. Ooh, I like that. Maybe I could do like modded Minecraft, like modded horror. That'd be fun. Y'all could all hear me scream like a baby. How about we do like a muddy, gross room? I guess now that NAJP is over, I guess I can like talk about it, but I don't want to give away any spoilers because as of now it still remains unsolved. It probably will be like that for a while until like someone who has a lot of time and has done ARGs before comes and, you know, solves the admittedly very easy puzzles I made. But I'll talk a little bit about it here because, I mean, what, no better time, am I right? I won't say too much, like, again, because of spoilers. But it basically just started with me and, like, oh god, when I was pretty young. Like, I believe I was like, 3 years ago. Anyways, I was pretty young compared to now. I'm still a youngin', 17. But I just saw like Mandela Catalog and Local 58 and I was like, hey, I want to do that. So I took my crappy little Android I had at the time and just filmed myself running around my house during a storm, being like, gosh, that's so weird. This isn't normal. And then I went into like this really crappy image editor and made a scary face. And just put it at the end of that video. I got the worst camera VHS effects ever. And just put it on top. I was like, analog horror, guys, it's scary. And I just kind of kept going with that because, like, I don't know, I felt like I could make something interesting out of it. And I think it got to a point eventually where it did become more than just, scary faces, we're trying to ice you. but I really wanted to take the series to like a more human place. And what I mean by that is basically like I wanted to move past the Enforcer stuff and talk more about like the human side of it, like the human horror that came with it, like the Department of National Crisis Prevention. I really wanted to do more with like the behind the scenes and like what was going on with them, because I honestly found that more scary than I did the Enforcers. Like, don't get me wrong, the best jump scare in the series by far is that second episode where you're looking at the hallway and it's like really dark and he appears. That is the best jump scare, but I it felt too, what's it called? It felt too just tacky, I guess. It didn't feel. It felt cheap. Yeah, it felt. That's the word I'm looking for. It felt cheap. Just cheap jump scares with like expected stories and stuff like that, and I didn't like that, especially by the time like a couple months ago. I was gonna start moving into more like how people at the top were handling it, like and like move into the actual like I had this one idea where it was like a family that was going through and like dealing with an enforcer, but the enforcer itself necessarily wouldn't be the horror. It would be how the family devolved into like fighting and hating each other when it was the enforcer who instigated it, yes, but it was going to be more about the horror itself would be more about the family and how they dealt with it. But yeah, because I think we all agree analog horror has gotten way too saturated. Like you go into any like history of analog horror video or like any video essay about analog horror, and they'll pretty much say within the first 4 minutes that yeah, it's gotten oversaturated, and I agree with that. It definitely has. There's way too many people like me who saw it and was like, huh, I want to do that. Get money, get views, get famous. Um, but I eventually saw it, I was like, yeah, this is too generic. It's too simple. But I'm fine with where the series is. Like, the story itself, you can decipher it. It's not easy, and I'm pretty sure there's a few plot holes. I wouldn't be surprised if there was. But it's fine where it is. It's understandable. It makes relative sense. I went back recently and I solved all the puzzles. It's still possible to solve it, I believe. So NAJP was it was my first real like what's it called? It was my first real like dabble into like internet, like creating stuff on the internet, if that makes sense. Um, I've done some other stuff since then, not here or on this channel, but like I said, more for school. Um, but NAJP, it was a good start, I think. Like, I could have done better, probably, but that's the whole point. It's like you start low, eventually you get better and better and better, and you can definitely see that in the channel. Like I said, that first video was horrendously bad. It is so bad. There were multiple times where I felt like reshooting and just completely remaking the video, but the charm of it is the only reason that kept me from not doing that. Like, it's a video. I won't say too much more about NAJP because it is still unsolved and is waiting for someone to solve the puzzle, you know. And until someone does, I won't talk too much more about it. I will say that there are currently 2 videos that I've not seen anyone find. That is all I will say. That is all. I have nothing more. sure what else I could do here. Did y'all ever believe like Herobrine as a kid? I know I used to. I used to think he was real. I would set up like little. I would create like 4 different worlds and like have like little Herobrine outposts spread out through all of them. Cause and I would build like the classic shrine, like the classic Herobrine shrine. I would build that and like stay up till 3 a.m. trying to see if he like was in my world. Never found him though, unfortunately. The fact that like one 4chan post or whatever post created Herobrine caused like generational trauma to like all of Gen Z is pretty funny in my opinion. It's just Steve with white eyes. Ugh, so scary. But I think it was more just like the idea you were like being watched in a world that wasn't your own. I was always afraid he was gonna like come hurt me, like in the game obviously, but like I think the idea of just like being in a single player world, but you're not single. Wait, that sounds pretty sad. Like being in a single player world, but you're not alone. That's better. Was always kind of creepy. It didn't matter what he was. Like I remember some people like in my elementary school thought he was like AI, which, yeah, don't get me wrong, that would be pretty creepy if ChatGPT was just chilling in your world. But um, I always thought of him as more a like a ghost, sorta. Like there's always AI in your world, like the creepers, the skeletons, all of that. That's all AI, right? But it was the idea that like this player character wasn't like the others. He was actually smart. Whether he be AI or like a ghost, that always creeped me out. And that's why I don't think the Herobrine mods that you see, even from the Fog, which is probably the best Herobrine mod, I don't think that'll ever like recreate the idea of like an intelligent being watching you in your world for some reason. Because the mods they get repetitive, and you kind of catch on to a while. It's like, oh, this isn't like a ghost in your world. This is just like a mod, you know. And that's what always creeped me out about Herobrine is that anything could be Herobrine. You saw like a weird like structure in the middle of a desert. It's Herobrine. You see like a tree with no leaves next to a lava pool. Even though there's a lava pool, you'd be like, it's Herobrine. And I think part of it was just kids being dumb. Like, there was certainly a big part of it, don't get me wrong, but like, Herobrine used to be everywhere. He was kind of like the Big Brother from 1984. Anything could be Herobrine. And I think the mods of today don't really do that the same way that our brains used to. And I get that like a mod will never be perfect. I don't know. I just feel like something's missing from them. Like even those footsteps are kind of creepy. Even though I know it's just villagers, little kid me probably would have pooped my pants and said, "Oh my gosh, it's Herobrine." I remember one time in specific where I was looking for Herobrine. This was this might have been 7 years ago, where it was Friday the 13th in October. This was a long time ago, and I remember begging my mom to let me stay up till 3 a.m. just so I could hunt Herobrine. And she begrudgingly was like, "Yeah," because it was I think it was break. No, I don't know what it was, like why she let me stay up so late, but it was some sort of like holiday or something. And she let me stay up till 3 a.m. Friday the 13th, playing Minecraft, just so I could hunt down these creepypastas, which she knew were 100. She 100% had to know that this was all BS, but she didn't tell me. um, and I remember that night, I was like so tired, So I would actually like start seeing stuff just in my sleepy state that 100% wasn't real, but I definitely, like, little kid me was like, ah, oh my gosh, he's real. I remember specifically I saw like a white player character like off in the distance, kind of like kind of like the dude from the Broken Script, if you know what I'm talking about. But I saw this white player character flash in for like a second, not even a second, like a millisecond, and my brain was like, "Oh my gosh, it's real. All of it's real." When in reality, it was just me operating off of like 4 hours of sleep at 3 a.m. looking at a computer screen, and oh man, that definitely did some stuff to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like that made me hella paranoid for a while that Herobrine was real. Until my dad was like, you fucking idiot. This is my favorite type of thing to build in Minecraft, just illogical, no sense, like non-Euclidean sort of builds that just like you can go pretty much anywhere and just explore. I find it really fun to just build stuff on the fly like this. Just because it pretty much just wherever your imagination takes you, honestly. Like you want to build something that makes no sense, done. There you go. Like just a random hole in the middle, and it takes you to this room. Does it have a reason? Nope. Like, what does it do? Don't know. Do you have any idea what it would do? Not sure. So then what's the point? Yes. I think this area could use a bit more. I have an idea. That's cool. I like that you can hear the just like some ambient from like the pipes. Oops. I kind of want to like split these two into like different directions, so that way it's like if you go this way you end up over there. So and if you go this way you end up like over there. Just because I don't want it to be like, you know, like a loop sort of. It doesn't matter which way you go, you'll always get the same way. I don't like that. I think I want to like have it be more of like a complicated maze rather than a linear progression thing. Because I don't plan for this to be like the only way in. I plan for you to have like other ways from across the city to get in here, and you could like find this if you explore enough. It's pretty ambitious, yeah, but like it's cool. Let's see. I think we could get some inspiration from like some backrooms levels for like these two areas. So for this one, I'm thinking a combination of like pipes and the pool rooms. And for this one, I'm thinking maybe like the power station and like level 1 maybe. See what we can do with that. I think I'm gonna start working with this one, and then I'm gonna work a bit on this one, and then I think I might end the video because I've been recording for about an hour now. I'm not gonna lie, I low-key forgot I was recording. I've just been silent for the past 5 minutes. I've been locked in. So yeah, it's like a little broken pipe, sorta. You fall down, or you go down, and go explore some more. And if you want to, you could go over here and explore even more. So yeah, honestly, I might call it. I've been recording for an hour and 10 minutes now. Gotten quite a bit of work done, because when we started, it literally just ended here. And now you can go through here, here, under this, through here, see all of this, right? And now go down here. And if you don't want to do that, you can go through here, see this, here for pipes, go through here, and see this. Honestly, that's quite a lot of work in just one video. It's a lot bigger than that coffee house I built. And honestly, I'm fine to call it here. So, thank you for watching. Make sure to like if you want. This is now my second video with voice. It's still just as bad as the first, I know. But maybe subscribing will make it better. Maybe. But yeah, give me another 6 months and I'll upload again. I'm just kidding. But I promise I'll be back with another video eventually. I'm not sure how long it'll be, probably quite a while because I don't upload. But if you subscribe, I'll upload more often and the quality will get better. So yeah. Thank you again very much for watching. Very much appreciate your time hearing me ramble and build. That's about it. See y'all later. Take care.